Okay, so we are eventually going to get to solving equations, and the way that we solve equations is with using our tile mats and our tiles. So it's really important to understand the tiles, which is why we spend a lot of time um, playing with them and getting to use tile mats. So back when we were in school together, remember how we traced these tiles? If you don't remember, go into 10.7, and I have this all written down. So we have our X tile, and we call it the X tile because the length here is 1, and this side length is X. It's unknown. So we're going to start to use these eventually to represent something we don't know. And we have a different tile known as the Y, which is generally, it's the purple one and it's longer, but the only reason it's longer is because sometimes we're going to need two variables. So again, this length is an unknown length, but this is 1. So the area of this tile is 1. So remember that the tiles are named for their area. And for the next assignment, you have to find the perimeter. Well, if you look at your X, remember perimeter is the distance around. So this is X1, X1. So the perimeter of this X tile would be 2X's plus 2. And the reason that we're looking at perimeter is we're combining like terms. That's a way to combine like terms. If you have this X squared, the reason it's called the X square is because this length is X and this is X. So if I put this X tile along this side, the length would be X. So this is why it's called the X squared tile. The same with the X, or with the Y and the Y squared. And when we get to the XY tile, if I lay an X tile along this side, that's how long this side would be. And if I laid a Y tile along this side, that's how long this side would be. That's why it's called the XY tile. The only tile that actually has a measurement is your unit tile, and it's a 1 by 1. Okay? So we're going to use that when you get into 10.8. It talks about perimeter. Please read through here. It talks about combining like terms. So, and it talks about what terms are. And then you just have a matching. And I'm going to give you a hint. When you're matching, you want to look for something that has the same variable, including the same exponents. For example, 6a to the 4th is going to match with 5 here, 9a to the 4th, because they both have a's to the 4th power. So you're matching. And then you're going to find the perimeter of each tile, which I just briefly talked about in 10.7. And I know that you have that copied. So you're going to just write the perimeter. So this is the name, this is a unit tile, and the perimeter of this is going to be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, because each side length is 1 unit long. And this is my X tile. I know it's my X tile because it's blue. So this would be a 1, an X, a 1, and an X. And so we're going to put the name as the X tile, and the perimeter of this would be 2X plus 2, and then try for the rest. Okay? And then when we get into 10.12, we're going to be combining like terms and doing some more pile of tiles. So you have to name this pile of tiles. And when you're naming it, you're just grouping them all together. For example, you want to put the Y squared and the Y squared together. So you would say 2Y squared. Plus, so every time that we start with a different tile, we're going to put a plus between it. So plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ys. So that's called combining like terms. And then there's an expression that you can match. And this time there are no tiles, so I want you to try to combine your like terms without using tiles. So that is 10.12. 10.13 starts to get you into the tile mat. So this is what does minus mean. There are a couple different ways to use minus. So when we get into the black and white and not the blue and red, so in black and white, if you see right here is your little, it's a little, I don't know, can't think of the word right now. So this is your positive side if you see it shaded, and that's the negative side. And when we actually talk about tiles, we talk about the red side and the blue side. Okay, so the red side is going to be negative and the blue side is going to be positive. Okay, this is a video to get you started. I'm out of time. It's 5 minutes, but I will make another video that's going to talk more about 10, 13, 14, and 15.